So another video here. We are going to work on these two lessons right here, condensing logs and expanding logs, these two guys right here. Before we go into that, all right, I want to point you back to some super helpful logarithm rules that I put on the notes of our blog. All right, there's our super helpful logarithm rules about multiplication, division, and exponents, which we are going to need for condensing and expanding logarithms. All right, so I am just going to go through those really briefly up here. All right, so we are going to have, whoops, there we go. All right, multiplication. All right, so if we say we have a log of two numbers, all right, so let's say we have a log of 5x, all right, that is the same as, if you think about exponents, when we multiply exponents, we add them, and these are really exponents, all right, so we are going to have log of 5 plus log of x, all right? And this goes in both directions. So if we have log 5 plus log of x, we can change it into log 5 of x, all right? So this is called expanding, and this side is condensing. Okay, all right. In the same way, if you think about exponents, and when we divide exponents, we subtract them. All right, so we would say that the log of, let's call this x over 3, is going to be equal to the log of x minus the log of 3. All right, so in that case, this number in the denominator or expression or whatever it is goes right over here, and that gets subtracted. All right, that's division. All right, and our last one is exponents. All right, so exponents, if we have 5 times the log of x, that is the same as saying, yes, I keep using parentheses here, that's the same as calling that, I did them backwards, all right, so we have log of x to the 5th is the same as 5 times the log of x. Because remember, when we have an exponent of an exponent, we use multiplication. All right, and so in this case, we just take that 5 that's right here and we put it right out in front of the log. All right, and it goes the opposite direction. All right, let's do a couple of problems. Over here, switch back to, I'll switch to purple for the problems. All right, so condensing logarithms. All right, so in this case we have y log r minus log of x. All right, so this says to condense. All right, so we want to make this smaller. So let's see what we have here. Here we have an example of our exponent. All right, so this is an exponent because it's got this y out in front. And we could change that to say log r of y. All right, and then we have minus log x. All right, now we have a subtraction problem. All right, so in a subtraction problem, that's going to be division. So subtraction equals division. All right, so we are going to have log of r y power over x. All right. Let's go over here and try and put that in. So we have, let's see, we have, I guess we got to use the right letters, huh? We have R, back to this guy, we have to put in a power, and we have to go back to, oh, actually the Y was right there. R to the Y power, and then hit an arrow to get out of there, just like we would on our calculator at school. And then we hit divide, and that makes it into a fraction. And we put X on the bottom, and then we say submit answer. Now we compare that to what we have over here. So we have log R to the Y power over X. Yes, that's what I want. And it worked. Awesome. Okay. That's an example of condensing. All right, now we're going to go to an example of expanding, all right, which is this guy right here. All right, and so I'm going to get rid of whoops, wrong one. So we have our rules up here that we can follow. All right, so in this case, we want to expand. So expand log, well, I wrote that right. All right, so expand log of x to the 5th divided by y. All right, so this is division. So to expand it, we want to change that to, all right, so division is right here, and we want to change that to subtraction. It looks pretty simple. We just take x to the 5th, all right, but we have this exponent here, so it looks like we're going to have an exponent rule also. All right, so expand. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just change this into x to the 5th minus log of y. So that was pretty simple. So because it's division, we have subtraction. And we're just going to take this y and put it over here and subtract it from the x. All right, that was easy. All right, next thing we have, though, is an exponent. All right, and so we want to take this exponent and we want to put it right there. All right, so our answer is going to be 5 log of x minus log of y. All right, so do we see that? We took this 5 from right here and we put the 5 right there. So that's how we expanded it. All right, let's go back over here and see if our answer is right. We have 5 functions log of x and yeah, I don't think that's what I wanted. Okay, 5 log of x minus log of y. These are kind of a pain to put in, aren't they? Okay, log y. And there we go. All right. 5 log of x minus log of y. And we get a green check. Okay, so just be careful with those, going back and forth between condensing and expanding, but not too bad.